So I have not posted a single video on my personal YouTube channel in over a year, but in that amount of time, I've actually gained over 7,800 subscribers, 4 million channel views, and made a few $100s a month from YouTube AdSense consistently. How did I do this? Well, actually, I was using two specific strategies that I learned from Think Media before I even worked here. And you see this massive increase in views right here in the last 90 days. Well, be sure to stick around for the end because I'm going to show you exactly the method that I used to nearly 2x my daily channel views just by using one additional tactic that's really easy to do. But before we dive into those strategies, let's take a look at my personal YouTube channel so you can see some exact numbers. So this is filtered by the last 365 days. I started working for Think Media around the end of June of 2024, so it's almost been a year. And in that amount of time, I've posted 0 times on my personal channel. You can see here, there's no like video indicator on this bottom timeline slot. My view count is 4.4 million, watch time about 75,000 watch hours, subscribers 7.8K, and revenue is $3,500 and actually averages out to about $296 a month. So almost $300 a month. And that's not including any affiliate revenue from Amazon or other brands that I have already partnered with affiliate programs. So that number is actually a little bit higher. Keeping in mind here, I'm actually a relatively small channel with under 25,000 subscribers. And even before the beginning of the year, I was under 20K. So still relatively small in channel size, but this is what my platform is doing, even though I'm not uploading because of these couple strategies. Now, before I get too deep into these strategies, the benefit of applying these strategies is that your channel will start working for you even when you're not working. So this is a perfect strategy for busy creators, people who have side hustles and are working maybe a full-time 9 to 5, and you're just doing YouTube on the side a few hours a week, or even for like parents. Like I'm a parent of 2 little boys and we actually have a third on the way. It's not a boy though, it's actually a little girl. We're stoked. I'm gonna be a girl dad. Like how cool is that? But these strategies are great for people who don't necessarily have the ability to work on their channel full time, 40+ hours a week. But the beauty is you don't need to be a full-time creator to make these strategies work. So let's dive into strategy 1, which is called the ASQ method, or answer specific questions. So this strategy is all about creating videos that solve a clear and searchable problem for your viewer. So basically you pick a specific question that your ideal viewer is going to type into YouTube, like how to cook a medium rare steak in a cast iron pan. Like that's a very specific question. Or in my channel's case, it was like best Sony cameras for beginners 2025. So you make a video that delivers and answers very clearly and thoroughly the answer to those questions. And then these videos tend to show up in search results and just keep getting views over time, even when you're not posting consistently, just like my channel hasn't posted in the last year. So here's an example of this right here, the Sony a6000, how to get cinematic video in 2025. So that's a very specific question targeting people who want to get high quality video out of their a6000. Now this is a 10-year-old camera, but what I'm aware of though, is that it's a really popular camera still on the used marketplace. So people buy this camera a ton for like 300, 400 bucks just to get started, and they'll pick this up and not know how to use the camera. So I was answering a specific question about how to get good video. Now, if we dive into the analytics, since it was published, it did 130,000 views. But let's switch to the last 365 days. And mind you, I have not posted a video in the last year, and this has gotten 100,000 views in the last year, grew the channel by 550 subscribers, and got me an additional $300 in revenue. This is a great example of people who are searching consistently for a very specific question, and they're wanting to get better video out of their a6000. And if we want to investigate this even further, we can go to the Reach tab right here, scroll down, and we can see how viewers are finding this video. Well, almost 72% of the people who watch this video are finding it through a YouTube search result. So that's by far the highest percentage. And if we scroll down a little bit further, we can see some of the most common search terms. 12% are looking at Sony a6000 cinematic video. About 5% are a6000 video test or a6000 video. So people are searching how to maximize the potential out of the a6000 for video results. And when they use those specific search terms, my video is one that pops to the top of the feed. So this answering specific questions method speaks perfectly to the power of evergreen content that just will stand the test of time and be relevant for weeks, months, or even years to come. As you can see, this video is about 18 months old, and in the last 48 hours, it's got 341 views. Like, this video is still working for me, even though I have not thought about this video at all, except for when it came time to actually make this video right now. So that's the ASQ method, where you answer specific questions, and basically any niche or channel can adopt that strategy to never really run out of video ideas. Now, the second strategy that I applied to my channel was the RSP method, or review specific products. So this method focuses on reviewing products that your target audience is already searching for. So whether that's like a camera or a microphone or some sort of weird Amazon item that everybody's going to search for before they purchase to make sure it's actually a good item. This is the strategy of reviewing those specific products in those moments where somebody is making a decision whether or not they want to buy the product, and you can be the answer for them whether or not that product is right for them. So an example of this is my review of the Sony RX100 Mark VII. Is this the best point and shoot ever made? So it's basically a camera review of this specific product. It was released back in 2019, so this camera is not very new, but I did make the video in the last couple years. So you can see actually the trajectory of this video is kind of wild. It didn't get a ton of views in the first couple months, and then it started to pick up, and over time it's done 270,000 views. But just in the last year, since I have not been active at all on my channel, it's done 150,000 views, grew the channel by 300 subscribers, and got me $500 of revenue. Now, this specific video and a bunch of videos on my channel also are earning affiliate income as people click on the products, deciding whether or not they want to buy. You can sign up for these affiliate programs with places like Amazon, or sometimes specific companies also have their own affiliate program that you can sign up for as well. And that will diversify the way that you can bring in that revenue by reviewing these specific products. So by answering specific questions and reviewing specific products, my channel has actually remained pretty healthy, even though I have not published any videos in the last year. Now, I did want to mention how I nearly doubled my channel views in the last 90 days by using this interesting hack. As we look back on this timeline of view counts, you can see that the average views around here were like, 5, 6, 8,000. And then you come up here and it's like 3-4 times the amount per day, 24,000, 26,000 views. And there's a little trick that I did that you can actually do with just a few hours of work to boost your channel views and engagement. And this is by re-optimizing your content library with updated titles, tags, and video descriptions. So how this practically looked is I hopped into my YouTube studio and I sorted all of my content by number of views, and I just started going through my videos one by one to see what I could do to re-optimize them. Maybe it was updating the title to include like a new year. If it was like position for 2024, but it's still really relevant for the next year, I could upload that to a 2025 guide. I would also run a lot of the titles through ChatGPT and workshop the target audience that I was trying to reach with the title. And I would look at 30 or 40 different title options to try to see which one performed the best. And then I would test out those click-through rates over a 14 or 24 day period to see which title actually performed better. I would also go into individual videos and re-update the first line of the description of that video to match what people are actually searching for to better show up in search results. And then for a couple of those videos, I actually updated the thumbnails as well to have a better and more engaging thumbnail. So yeah, sometimes you don't necessarily need new content in order to be getting views. Sometimes your existing content library can be leveraged really well. You just need to re-optimize and repackage some things to squeeze all of the available juice out of what your library has. I think this tactic alone could be a whole other video, so let me know down in the comments below if you think this would be a helpful breakdown to do about how we can re-optimize our content catalogs. Now, if you're really getting serious about growing on YouTube this year, we actually have a course called Video Ranking Academy where we teach you some of these principles and a lot more. So if you want to deep dive this year and really grow and hone in on your channel strategy, you can check out our Video Ranking Academy course. I'll leave a link to it right here in this end card as well as down in the description below. And if you want to check out another video from us, you can watch that right here.